You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Snooki and Jwoww After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Snooki and Jwoww After Show.
I love it. What a drag. This is like the perfect song for our perfect theme song for tonight's episode. Hey everyone, we are back. I have
Courtney Henderson here.
Courtney Henderson, I'm Ashley, and we have Courtney filling in for Charlotte this week.
Yes.
Snooki and Jwoww, what a drag. And it's a 2-part episode tonight. We got an hour, which is awesome because I always feel like we don't get enough.
Cheated.
These half hours with all those commercials, I always want more. I'm always left wanting more. So tonight, they gave it to us.
They did.
That was awesome. I'm so excited. Tonight I actually have a lot to talk about. I'm excited. Usually I'm pulling from this, pulling from that. I'm like, oh, what am I going to...
Well,
so
with more going on and getting to watch more, there's always
I
gonna
know.
be
We
more
got
to
some
say.
cool guests because you love Jersey Shore, so that
Yes.
must have been really exciting for you.
I watched it. Yes.
Yeah.
I know of all the episodes, this is the one for me to be here.
Right? So cool. So the drag night. Let's just first of
Start
all,
there.
how funny was the drag night? We already got. I don't know if you remember. A few episodes ago, we had the gay Joeys all came and did. Sorry, can we turn the heat down just a little bit? All right, thanks so much, Mariah. I'm like, I'm schwitzing over here.
Already.
I'm like, wait, what am I saying? The gay Joeys all came for wedding dress shopping for Snooki, and
Yes.
they all tried on dresses themselves, which was
Yes.
really funny. So they were back, and I was hoping that they would come back because
they
they
did.
are crazy.
They had to bring them back.
And
The crowd favorite.
the Miss Fame, Curtis Miss Fame,
Yes.
literally transformed some of these
She's like
Joeys.
prettier than me. Like when it was
Gorgeous.
Snooki or Jwoww, whichever one of them said it, I was just like, I know. Every time I see one
know.
of these drag girls, I'm like, her boobs are better than mine.
I know.
Her hair is better than mine.
Their
her
legs
dresses
are
better
always,
than mine.
it's always the legs too.
I'm like,
These
how do they
men
do this?
have the most beautiful legs when they wear heels. And I'm like, I cannot even believe it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I mean, I was literally looking at Miss Fame like like she was a woman. And then she mentions her balls. And I'm like, why? Why'd you have to break it? I mean, I was...
That's the one thing that they don't get away from, which we saw in Drag Night. Come the end of it, it became all about the balls.
Yep.
All about the balls. And I'm like, guys, you will never be women if you keep talking about the balls.
Right, but I think I would talk about balls too if I had balls. But she says, I have the worst stomach ache. My balls are inside my ass. And I was like, that's a good picture in my head right now.
Not to visualize.
Poor Martin.
But, like, is that really what they do?
I just feel
I'm
like...
really curious.
Well, no, but we should just talk about it now, the sausage section,
Yes.
the sausage part. Snooki and Jwoww were filling
Shopping
up,
for the barbecue.
Right, and they were filling Italian sausages,
Yes.
which I love Italian sausage. We all love Italian sausage.
course.
I never have this feeling inside me when I'm at the deli to go and fill a sausage,
No.
but they
Learn
did.
How.
But
No.
it obviously brought up the question, which was, if every girl probably wonders at one point what it's like to have a penis and balls.
Yes.
Just for one day, though. Like, I don't want it for a long time.
I say that, and I don't. I would love to be a guy because you'd like getting ready would be faster, and
See,
like you don't have to wear
really?
makeup and all this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know
of
what
course,
I mean?
right.
But then when you think about that part of it, it's like, yeah, I don't want that forever. I
No.
just want that for a day.
Right.
I would love to try things that they get to do. Like, and the girls talked about running. They'd like to know what it's like to run. They'd like to know what it's like to get kicked in the balls.
I just feel like I'm not alone anymore because
Yeah,
I always
no.
wondered that. But we were wondering why a lot of drag queens bring up their balls, but I just don't think you could not bring them up. If you have two
yeah.
balls hanging off of you all the time, how can it not be a topic of conversation? It's like, my balls are itchy, my balls are in my way, my balls are in my
Especially
ass.
with the skirts and dresses, like you have to acknowledge it because we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about something like hanging out of our skirt.
That would suck.
Right?
Oh my
so,
God.
like, that's probably why she brought it up. And some of the others are like, oh my gosh, it just came out. Like, a little sneak.
Well-
like, it's like the equivalent of a nip slip.
It's a nip slip
For
but
them.
Well, I don't know if it's I feel like a nip slip is not as traumatizing
No.
to like a child
People like
or
looking
to a
at
person.
boobs.
Right.
People don't
I mean, some
looking
nipples
at-
I don't want to see.
Right.
There are some ones that are very scary.
No, thanks. Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, aside from that, back to drag night. Crazy. Snooki was dressed up like Tina Turner.
She looked
She
fabulous.
did look really good.
and her man noticed.
Yeah, he did.
He was so,
Well, Roger
into
noticed
it.
too.
Yes.
He did notice that Jenni looked good. But then we had one of the Joeys that he's like, I'm fat. So that he was talking about how he's fat.
Yeah.
And then he ends up with the most skimpy outfit out of all of them.
Isn't that what
which is-
always happens? I don't understand that.
I mean, that was hilarious. And then he had the tights on and he was pulling the tights off of him. We all had that moment behind stage if we used to do dancing or anything, not strip-bare dancing, like regular dancing.
Yeah.
You have to change your tights quickly and you
Ballet,
find ways.
yeah.
Right. And I was very impressed. Granted, his ball did fall out, but he put it back in.
They figured it out.
Yeah.
But I would say his outfit was a little skimpier than, like your ballerina
Yeah, a little bit.
bodysuit.
A little bit. He needed a little
leotard.
waxing, I think, beforehand.
Yes.
A little waxing would have gone a long,
Long
way.
way.
But I love seeing how Roger and Gianni, they're not even fazed by them. They walk in their house like, they're kind of like, oh my God, but they're not really like.
Not at all.
Some men would walk in
Well,
and be
they're
like,
with
what?
Snooki and Jwoww.
Yeah.
I mean, at the points in their lives, going back to Jersey Shore for a second, at the points in their lives where each of those guys met Jenni and Snooki, like they were at like some of the craziest parts, like the climax of their craziness from Jersey Shore. And,
Right.
and so, yeah, this is nothing to
Right,
them.
right. So crazy. And which was really interesting was after that, we get the DNA results from Snooki.
Yeah.
Because we've been waiting for this for a long time. A few weeks have gone by now, and they bring up a little thing here and there, but really we wanted to know, she was wondering if she was Jewish. She is Jewish. Do you want to go down the list of what she is?
Yes.
So
many things.
Northwestern Croatia.
Wait, it's Romani, Northwestern Croatia was the first one she said.
Romani ethnic tribe from northern India. Crazy. So she's Indian and Croatian. She's a gypsy.
They said she has some Spanish in her, some Slovakian in her, some
That explains the
Russian
booze.
in her.
Yep. The Jewish got me. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, but you know what? She's successful.
Right?
All Jewish people are successful, in my opinion. I've
well,
yet to meet
Let the record show. Yeah.
Right? So now we know that is
That's where it comes
Snooki's.
from.
Yep, exactly.
Middle Eastern.
I can see that a little bit with her.
That didn't throw me. This is what threw me, and I love how she says it. South and East Asian.
I mean,
And she's like, I'm Asian?
so she's literally everything except what she thought she
She's
was,
a
which is
mutt,
Chilean.
yeah.
Chilean. She thought she was Chilean. She was born in Chile,
Which
but had
is
nothing to do with it.
surprising.
I know.
I mean, because I would have thought, I guess not that I see tons of Chilean people on a day-to-day basis, but I would have said that she looks Chilean.
Yeah.
Based on everything that I know and
Right.
all of her like coloring and all of that, I would have said, absolutely, you were born there, adopted there,
Yep.
I wouldn't have questioned it either.
Right.
So to not even have that be like in the bloodstream, however they check the DNA would have been really surprising to me. It actually makes me want to go find out for myself, like all of the things because like your parents tell you a thing here or there, but to get the whole list and to see if it's
Crazy.
even longer,
Crazy. I know. I there's got to be some gypsy in me too. I'm a little. I mean, I love that. What was that show that was on? It was one of those reality shows with my gypsy wedding or something.
Yeah, my big fat gypsy wedding instead of Greek wedding.
I had no idea how extravagant their lives are. The
be.
dresses they wear, they go all out. Forget like Persians being all glamorized. This is
Yes.
this is it. So
Well, I honestly, I didn't even know that the gypsy was like a bloodline, if
Right.
that makes sense. I thought it was more of like a cultural choice. Like, I'm going to live like a gypsy, and
Right.
this is the types of things that gypsies do, versus this is in your bloodline. I would have never, ever thought that. So
Right.
I learned something on Snooki and Jwoww.
learn something new every day, even on Snooki and Jwoww. And I loved his reaction too, Gianni's reaction. He was reading it. He didn't believe it. He's like, "Is this real?" And
Yeah.
she's like, "It's
Are
real."
you sure this is fact?
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. But aside from the DNA results, it was going back to the drag night, it was interesting because I think that was the first time that Jenni she mentioned a bunch of times. We counted like 4 or 5 times that she mentioned
in the
kids.
show.
She mentioned once during that time that she's wanting to have kids soon. And it kept going throughout the night.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because
And Roger
this is new.
was noticing it. And I thought it was really interesting. He is such a guy. And it proved even true because he said that, you know, I don't want her, like, she's like dropping breadcrumbs, like dropping these hints about it. And if she just wants to get married, like, sooner than later, and she just wants to have kids, like, just tell me. Like, just sit me down and be like, babe, Raj, I want a kid. I want to get married. I want to have kids.
Right.
And she's not, you know, she's like bringing it up in
she's gonna have to be like the Virgin
questionable
Mary
circumstances.
because she doesn't have sex and she wants to have a kid. But
I
she
can't
obviously,
believe that.
we do know she is pregnant now, as of right
yes.
now. So we're so happy for her. That's amazing.
Yes, congratulations,
Jenni. And she had a scare actually.
This I didn't know.
Yeah, she came out on Us Weekly and said that she had a scare about feeling like she took a few tests and the line was like very light, and so it was almost like a line that wasn't really there, but it was there.
You're half
Right,
pregnant.
right. She was
Which
half
obviously you
pregnant.
can't be half pregnant.
Well, she was half pregnant, so she took a few more. She had Roger get a few more for her. And then she had to do an event with Snooki for like a tanning line thing. And she went to the restroom and she realized she had a little bit of blood in her and she thought she maybe had a miscarriage. It was really scary for her.
Absolutely.
But she ended up realizing it wasn't, and everything turned out well. And she's very healthy and she's so excited. So I want to know what our viewers think if she's going to have a boy or a girl. I'd like to know what you guys think. I mean, obviously you're going to be right 50%. You know, it's not too difficult to choose. But I'm curious because I think it would be so cute if she had a girl because
of course
Lorenzo and they're so close in age. But if you guys want to log on to our iTunes anyway, just let us know what you think of our show. You can rate us, give us 5 stars if you like what we've been talking about. And you can transfer those over to our YouTube page as well. And you guys have been so verbal and letting us know what you think and what you disagree with and agree with. We're not always right. We're just very opinionated, obviously. And let us know. Do you think they're going to have a boy or a girl? And I'm hoping for a girl, but obviously firsthand it should be.
It would be perfect. It would be perfect because Lorenzo's going to be a couple years older by that point.
I know. It would be so
cute. And they can like be betrothed and the whole thing. Yep.
I know. It would be so cute. And then obviously Snooki and Jenni are going to be friends forever. So it would be.
Yes,
it'd literally be like the next generation. I know.
It's kind of a scary thought.
I know it is. Kind of. Well, yeah. Speaking of scary thoughts, seeing everybody from Jersey Shore all together, we were expecting a lot of drama.
I did. I was waiting for something like Dina and the drinking, which we kind of saw a little bit with the spill. Or Sam and Ronnie. I didn't know that they were still together. So that was actually kind of like the bittersweet for me because, I mean, I watched them in Jersey Shore. I mean, like, they were the best of times, they had the worst of times. And, like, when things got bad, they were really, really bad. I mean, and if you guys watch that, you know that they were toxic at times. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those, you know, when you find that great love, like, it's going to, like, the good times are going to be better than anybody else's and the bad times are going to be worse than anybody else's. And when you find that passion with somebody, you know, clearly look at them, like, they've held on to it and they found a way to have, it looks like now, a really healthy relationship.
They're all on a good page, everybody. And I love how they were all together. They had their couples night. They were all having fun, but they did it in such a mature way. There was really no immaturity. There was no, other than the wine.
It happens to the best of us.
It does. It does. I feel like that's something where I would be, even if I was drunk, I would be so horrified and afraid, and I would be scrubbing all night. I wouldn't even leave the house. Yeah. But they have so much money, all of them. It's not a big deal. You think about it. It's like I could just pay for the I'll buy you 10 couches.
They're so relaxed. I mean, all of them. I think even had it been on the Jersey Shore and not, you know, like when they didn't have money at first, I still think because of just the way they are, every single one of them would realize it could have been any of us. Like, we all drink so much. And that was the thing for me that was cool to watch, because I haven't followed each of their lives since Jersey Shore, that it was like, before it was like partying and like who's going to be the wingman and, you know, getting laid and going out on the shore and not working. And now, you know, they're all like branding themselves. They all have they're all coupled up. They're talking about engagements and babies and
funerals,
weddings.
apparently.
And Dina planning his funeral with the wedding. And so for me, it was really cool to just see, okay, just like the rest of us, like they grow up too. And I love that they took them out to the shore, that's where they had the barbecue. And
It was
they did the
so
boardwalk
nice to see that. Even as someone that hasn't watched many episodes of Jersey Shore, I
But you
still
feel
got
like you
excited
get
when they all
it.
went there.
Yeah.
Yes. Except I would have been so upset if someone ate my pizza. I've had that happen to me before. I flipped out. Because when I have a pizza in front of me, I'm from Boston, so it's like I only eat pizza on the East Coast. But when I get my pizza on the East Coast, it's like probably twice a year, and it's literally heaven for me. It's like an hour of heaven. I will eat an entire pizza. But one time someone ate my pizza in the back seat, and it was really bad.
We are turning
so
around.
she did not. But they obviously can go down and get another box if they really want to. I would have been so upset though. That was one thing that
I was surprised she wasn't more upset. They all just kind of like laughed it off, and she didn't want it, but she wasn't. I would not want to eat your pizza.
I wouldn't want a cheese ball, though.
I would eat Dina's pizza after seeing how not upset she was.
Yeah.
Although I guess maybe the wine was the payback.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. But the cheese balls, I wanted to know. I wonder if it was like the
wanna know
rice
what it
balls,
is,
like
too.
the rice balls that we have. I mean, I don't know if it's the same thing. They had cheese balls.
Either. Well, we'll have to
want
go
a
to
cheese
Steaks.
ball.
We'll have to go to the boardwalk and go to Steaks and get a cheese ball. Or
Yeah,
you tell
let us
us
know.
if you're from there. What's a cheese ball?
Please let us know because I'm really hungry.
And where
for a
can
cheese
we
ball.
get one in LA?
We can't get one in LA. There's no way. There's no pizza and there's no that's not happening. That's why everybody's so thin in LA. There's no Italian food that's
good
good. If you guys have any good Italian food that you can let us know about. Way off topic, but yeah, I was actually really happy to see them all so happy with their couples and all feeling like they were on to the next phase of their life because it's very exciting for all of them and it shows that it's not just having a kid that can mature you. Sometimes it's seeing your friends get mature and it's like I'm not going to be the one that's still
Left
freakish
behind.
and yes. Right.
Totally.
And it's more fun too because it's a whole nother phase in their life and they don't have any financial worries. So it's really going to be all this excitement for them planning all of these new ventures in their life and their homes. And I know that Jenni mentioned she's building a house. I'm pretty sure she said Maine.
She
I
did.
don't
She
understand that. I would go to Maine like once a year and it was very boring, but
I have never been to Maine.
Yeah,
At least
you're
not that
not
I can recall
missing
if I was like
much.
little. But my
it's
grandparents,
beautiful though.
they have an estate in New Hampshire,
Mm-hmm.
and it is really nice to get out and go, just kind of be away from everything. But I mean, they're 45
But to
minutes out of
live there,
Boston.
though.
But maybe they're not going to live there. Like you said,
Oh,
no
yeah, they're
financial
building a
worries.
house, maybe
It could
just another house,
It could
yeah.
just be, like another summer home
Right.
or just like an escape home or
That's
something.
nice. It's definitely nice
So,
to
and
visit
it's-
Maine,
it's
but I don't know
gotta
about
be
living there.
cheaper to build and everything out there than where they live.
Absolutely. I was
So-
thinking that too. But I know, like, obviously there's certain parts of Maine that I'm sure are very expensive as well. There's in New Hampshire as well. So
Yeah.
I don't
Very
know.
true.
I would like to see where they're going to live, though.
know,
I'm sure
well.
they'd be very bored in Maine after a few months.
We'll have to go look it up and see where that is in the process now, since filming is
yeah, absolutely.
done.
Absolutely. So is there anything else you wanted to bring up about the episode? There was so much, but it was just, I guess with Jenni talking about having a baby, I was really excited about seeing her give Roger that satisfaction that he wanted to know that there is another phase in their life that he
Yes.
actually has something to look forward to. He did mention he's getting older and he's almost 40, which he does not even look close to that.
No, that was shocking.
It was
I
shocking.
didn't remember in Jersey Shore when they met. I didn't remember him being that much older.
He is
than
really mature
anyways.
though in a lot of ways, and he's really
Yeah.
immature in a lot of ways, but in a fun way.
And they complement each other so well.
I think Roger needs a spin-off with Gianni, just like Snooki
The
and
boys
Jwoww. Oh my
show?
god, because they're so funny whenever they're together.
Well, when they went fishing and they're talking about the dogfish,
the dog
shark, it looked like a shark. I'm like, dogfish, I've never heard of a dogfish.
Me
But,
either.
I've also never fished off the Jersey
No, they have
coast.
such a playful, fun relationship. I love watching them. They
And
remind me
how
of Fred
cool.
and Ricky from I Love Lucy all the time. I don't know why, but I feel like they're all from I Love Lucy. They're like Guido versions
The
of them.
perfect, yeah,
They're
they
all-
are. They kind of are.
It's so cute.
Yes. No, the only thing I thought was funny, going into the episode, at the very beginning when Jwoww's like taking her dogs to get
She
the
wants to get them serviced.
Service pass so they can be service dogs. And she's like loading them in the car and she's got her 3 dogs and she's like, I would never have 3 kids.
I know.
Because, like this is so much work with the dogs. And then the whole episode ends up being about her talking about wanting kids.
I know. It's going to be a lot having kids and those dogs too.
Oh my gosh.
But I
People
didn't
do
even
it.
know that you had to have the dogs be very trained in order to have them be a service dog.
Well, and I thought at first I was just like, what a worthy cause. Like, what a great thing.
Right.
And then it's just so that she can take him to the nail salon.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm
I know.
like, oh yeah, this is Jwoww.
Yes, that's what she wants. She wants to take them into a different.
So she can take them anywhere.
Right,
Because
because
service
she doesn't
dogs, I think they can't like be discriminated against or something.
honestly, I've seen so many service dogs that aren't servicing anything except
Right.
servicing their
Emotions.
Yeah, not even that. It's more like servicing them while they're at the grocery store or just being their companion.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think maybe they're getting a little more harsh on how they're gonna.
Who can have that?
Yes, because people are abusing it, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, Jwoww can go to the grocery store without her dogs.
Right.
And she's not going to be lonely. Like,
Right.
there are some people that probably legitimately need that emotional companionship because they're older and they don't have, anybody in
yeah,
their lives.
definitely.
There's definitely people out there that need that. But I just kind of had to laugh that that's why she wanted it.
Yeah, I mean, 3 orange jackets on these dogs.
They
don't
would
know.
look cute.
I just
but-
remember seeing only service dogs when it was really a service dog. And now in
Right.
Beverly Hills in LA, I see girls that are teenagers and they have their service dogs and there's
Yeah.
nothing. It doesn't seem like anything's wrong with them.
No.
I mean,
nothing's wrong with that.
like
Other than they think they need a service dog.
yeah,
Maybe that.
Right, I don't know. But anything else? I'd like to get in some predictions if you don't have any
No,
other-
I don't have anything else about the
Cool.
episode.
All
Let's
right,
move on.
let's do it.
I always
And
love that
now,
music.
your
I know.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Shoot.
Well, I would have predicted that Jwoww would get pregnant. That would have been something that just talking about it so much that would, but
Yeah.
and you knowing the current news on
Yeah.
their real lives, that would have been something that I would have guessed.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I guess I don't really know what else I would say. I mean, I think that they continue and will continue in the episodes to entertain us, give us sort of like an escape from everything that we have to deal with in our lives and just like make us laugh. I haven't laughed like that about like the silliest things and just kind of how real they are in a long time.
Right.
So that was really fun to come back and see that they're still just Snooki and Jwoww, evolving like the rest of us.
Yes. I want to see Lorenzo's pirate birthday party next week. I'm
yes.
very excited. I think it's a birthday party. It's
looks
some
like
party,
it.
and I wish I was invited. I love pirates.
pirate party.
And I love Lorenzo. So, all right. Cool. Well, thank you so
That's it.
much. And where can we
Absolutely.
find you?
I am on Twitter at Cohen, Couhen.
Okay, cool. At Miss Ashley Daniels for Instagram and Twitter. So thank you so much for
Yes.
joining. We'll see you next
Have
week.
a great night.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows, post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.